In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to price your house to sell. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kern, the singing Realtor. Welcome home! And I'm in Des Moines, Iowa Metro. Today's video, how to price your house to sell. This is one of my favorite topics for myself as a realtor, also because sometimes it can be one of the most challenging, and it's the essence of what I do in my job for sellers. So I'm going to just get straight to the point. 80% of selling and marketing a property is price. Again, 80% of selling and marketing a property is price. The other 20%, that's all condition relative to the price. The buyer has to feel they're getting a good deal for the price. Pricing a house is no different than really any other item. I'll use a simplified example. Let's say milk. Right now in Des Moines, it's about $3.50 per gallon. So let's say store A is selling milk for $3.50. Store B, they're selling milk for $6 a gallon. Which store are you going to buy your milk from? $3.50, $6. You're probably going to feel that $3.50 is a more fair market value. Well, let's say store B is going to get really creative with their marketing. They're going to get dancing bears out on the street, girls in bikinis, and they're even going to hire the Goodyear blimp to wave a banner, milk, $6 a gallon. Where are you going to buy your milk? You're going to march yourself down to store A where it's $3.50 a gallon, and you're going to buy your milk there, right? Even in a seller's market, overpriced homes don't sell. Sometimes it's hard to be objective about our own stuff. It's the whole Merlin, the magician at the council of King Arthur. He could see everyone else's destiny but his own. It's also kind of like little Johnny or little Susie. Our kids are the best ones out there on the soccer field or on the stage singing. Sometimes it's just hard to have that kind of objectivity about our own stuff, and that's human nature. So how much is a property worth? Because the appraiser says one thing, you as a seller say another. The buyer's like, oh no, it's not that price. And then the tax assessor is, woo woo, this is a mansion and I want your money. So how much is a property really worth? A property is going to sell for what a buyer is willing to pay for it. And how do we track that? There's a number of ways to do that. It can get kind of tedious and scientific, but ultimately at the end of the day, a property sells for what a buyer is willing to pay for it. Now here's a quick tip for those of you that are going the for sale by owner route. When an appraiser appraises a property to determine market value to make sure the bank's not loaning too much money on that property, appraisers will look at, okay, it's listed with a realtor and it's being bought with a buyer's agent involved in the transaction. So they automatically know that that price is going to include 6-7% commission or whatever your local commission rate is. If you're a for sale by owner and you don't have a listing agent involved or a buyer's agent, that appraiser is going to go 6-7% off the price right off the top. That's why so many for sale by owners are overpriced. They compare their sales price to all the other listed properties in the neighborhood and they assume theirs is the same value, which they don't take into account that commissions are a factor in the price of a home. Now, if you don't have a listing agent, but you've got a buyer's agent, you're paying 3.5%, you just adjust your price accordingly. If you have an agent, they will obviously do the research to make sure that comparable homes that you are being compared to in order to determine your price are within 1 to 2 miles radius max, no more than 6 months back. Appraisers only go back like 6 months when they look at properties. Of course, the house needs to have, the comparable homes need to have similar number of bedrooms, bathrooms, garage, detached, attached, how many stalls, that kind of stuff. If you're for sale by owner, of course, you're doing those things yourself. You're looking for that kind of data. So my first gold nugget in this video, I told you up front, 80% of selling a property is price. My second gold nugget has to do with pricing it right. So our first 3 weeks on the market, that's our best opportunity to get an offer. The longer it sits on the market, the more people think, what's wrong with that house? That seller doesn't want to be realistic, all those kinds of things. So you want to make sure you price it right, otherwise you're chasing the market. If you price it too high, then you got to chase the market down, price reductions, those are no fun. If the market's moving up, your agent can tell you that as well, and you might be able to price a little bit higher to get a fair market value. Or if you price it low, you might have like lots of offers in a multiple offer situation. It all depends on your market of the moment. I love to reference this chart when I am visiting with sellers. This is from The Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller, and I like this because it keeps pricing fairly scientific and consistent in determining where we are in relationship to the market at any given time. So, showings. If we go 2 weeks, no showings, we can guarantee we're out of the market. We've priced it too high. Buyers are telling us, we don't even want to request to see that property because we think it's priced more than what it's worth. And then you've got no man's land. This is where realtors are telling you, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, that you're overpriced. You might get a showing here or there, one a week or something. Realtors are basically like, let's go look at this house and I'll show you why the other one is a better offer. So you don't want to be that house. You don't want the realtor to show your house in order to have an example of why the other one down the street is a better deal. You want to sell your house. So we don't want to be in no man's land. Then we've got in the market. So this is where we get 10 showings and hopefully an offer comes in. If we do get 10 showings and no offers, then that's like no man's land in the market and we really need to adjust the price. The sweet spot ideally would be, and you might not like this, 7 showings in the first week and then an offer comes in. This is very generalized statements. Every market's different, price points within a market and all that kind of stuff. But the essence of it is, if you're not getting showings, you're overpriced. If you're getting showings but no offers, you're close, but just not quite there. If you get several showings and an offer comes in, then you know pretty well that you are in the sweet spot. And ultimately, that's where you want to be to sell, right? Of course, when you're working with an agent, they can do the research to tell you average days on market for your neighborhood, all that hyper local data, your price point, and that will help you to make decisions about, okay, where are we in relationship to the market? But good rules of thumb are 2 weeks, no showings, we really need to make a price correction. Or 10 showings, no offers, we're just not quite there, yet we're close. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, give a like, subscribe to the channel, make a comment, and if you want more information, click in the link below. I'll give you my resource, 47 ways to make your house sell faster. Have a blessed day.